Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. This is the Life Project with Ifiansa. My name is Ifiansa. I am your favorite Ghanaian project manager and interior designer, if I may say so myself. Alright guys, so in today's video, I actually thought I should take you through the process of what a construction project with me looks like, or an interior design project with me looks like. This particular project is more from a project management point of view and interior design. Okay, it's a bit of both. There is a bit of construction in there because it was a renovation project. Now I'm doing this because I've had a number of calls or emails from some of my subscribers, and I've had the pleasure of working with some of my subscribers, and I'm really grateful to all of you who have called or contacted me at one point or the other. Now let's get into the video so you can get an idea of what working with me is like. All right, so this is, we'll call this project the SL project. Okay, space was going to be used for a lounge. Okay, some sort of a pub, a lounge. You know, in Ghana we call it all sorts of things. A restaurant. You know, so there's a commercial kitchen, there's a bar, there's an outdoor seating area, there's there are restrooms in there. But the way this project started, it looks like they had started with someone else, and there were no drawings, there was no plan from the beginning. Okay, so when I came in, we sort of had to take everything back to the drawing table and figure out exactly the direction that we needed to go. Okay, so this is what the space looked like when I first got the project. Okay, so as you can see, there are some containers on the property. There's a small building which had a restroom for female and male. There was a kitchen on another end of the space. Yes. Now, how I started, there was already a pergola with some seating underneath it. Okay. Now, the first thing that I had to assess was the amount of work that needed to go in here. Okay. So for the first thing I needed to know was what was the purpose of this project? What did they want to use the space for? Who were the occupants going to be? What is the target market of the clients? All those things were really important to be able to help me figure out how we were going to fix the space or what we needed to do. That was step one. Now the next thing was to look at the ideas and design style of the client. Okay, so in terms of design, what was the person thinking about? What pictures have they seen? You know, what's their inspiration? Sometimes someone will come and will tell you another restaurant. I want it to look like that one, you know, or this is the experience that I'm going for. You know, and these are some of the things that you really, really need as a designer to be able to help a client out. The client is not going to do the work with you. So if you are able to figure out what the client's inspiration is, the kind of things that they've seen that they like, the things that they are drawn to, the things that make them happy, or the things that will make their clients happy, because the clients may not be in the same category as their target market. Okay, for instance, the client could be a 26-year-old or a 30-year-old, but their target market is actually a group of people from, say, 45, 50 and upwards. So the things that particular client likes may not align with what their target market likes. So it's very important, if you are doing something for a client who is going to be catering to a certain group of people, you need to understand who this group of people are, what they like, you know, what they don't like, what will bring them into the space. You know, so for a space like this, that was a restaurant, we also needed to look at the location. Okay, look at the location, what's around there, what does the client want to see in the space, you know. And once I understood the target market, there were certain ideas that the clients would suggest, and I was able to tell them why it wouldn't work for their target market. Okay, it may be something you like, but it will not work for your target market. right? I'll give you the details of what these different things were for this particular project. Right. Now, another thing that was also important for me to be able to start the project was to understand the timelines. Right. Now, sometimes you see a project like this and there's a lot of work to be done, but the client is expecting everything to be done in 2 weeks or 3 weeks, which was actually the case with this project. The client was trying to open the space before I think the World Cup. Yeah, I think the World Cup or something, so we didn't have a lot of time. But after a while, after the client understood what was going into the project and what it was going to take to get the space to look the way they wanted and to be able to cater to their target market, they understood that the timelines were just too short and they were willing to take another look at the timelines. Okay, so that was another thing. Now, this is one thing. I think I'm going to do a whole video on budgeting. But asking a client their budget, understanding a client's budget is so important to a designer, to a project manager. Now, here's why. If you come to me with a project, right, and you say, just give me a design, and I'm the one implementing the project, it's going to be very difficult for me to pick finishes and come up with ideas and stuff like that. So the budget is one of the main things that it determines so much. It determines whether you can meet your timelines. It determines whether you can get all the designs and ideas and styles and things that you're looking for. It determines if you're going to get the quality that you're looking for. It just determines a lot of things. So a budget is always good to know. Now, for clients who usually say, I don't have a budget, I always say that it's not possible. And the reason I say this is because there's always a figure at the back of your head. It may not be at the forefront, but it's at the back somewhere that there's no way I'm going to spend this amount of money, or this is what I'm willing to do. And that's a budget. And I know that sometimes clients are afraid to tell, their designers or their project managers or contractors that this is the budget I have, because you think the person is going to max out your budget. But what that actually allows you to do is to include certain things. Okay, so let me give you an example of a project I'm actually working on this week. It's a kitchen project, and the clients gave me a budget. Now, when the clients gave me the budget, what I did was I fished around to see what I could find that would fall within the budget. Now, we couldn't get everything within the budget. I told him, this is the amount everything is going to come to. Now, this is a percentage contingency that I'm going to add to it. Reason being, it's possible that we will have some issues somewhere, or there'll be some unforeseen costs that we need the contingency for. Now, once we started the project and the clients realized, okay, this is nice, this is a nice to have, and this is a nice to have, and this is a nice to have, the contingency was available to use for all the nice to haves, right? Same thing with some of these things. You have a budget. The extra money outside of, what the project would actually cost will allow you to now have your wish list or have your add-ons. Okay, I'll do a whole video on budgeting because I really think it's important for people to even understand how to put a budget together in the first place, or to understand why it's important to have a budget. But yeah, in generally, that's how I start my projects, so understanding ideas, design styles, purpose of the project, the budget, the timelines, and then what is important out of all these things, what's most important to the client. Sometimes it's timelines. The client will say, I don't care what it takes to do this project, I just need it done in a month. Okay, then that now helps me figure out what to do to be able to, or what to prioritize to be able to get this project done for you in a month. Someone will say, it's my budget. No matter what you do, don't go over this amount. Okay, now what that also helps me to do is to now help you figure out budget or how to achieve that. That means maybe we break the projects in phases, or we prioritize certain things. Okay, so I always say that in a building project, there are certain things that you can't do much about. They have to be of a certain quality or of a certain tier, right? Now there are other things that I would say don't get low quality on it, but you don't necessarily need to spend so much money on. So next week I'll walk you through the design process, some of the things that we had to consider for the actual design of the project, how we came up with the timelines, how we came up with where a chunk of the budget was going to go. We'll look at the 2D and 3D drawings. Okay, so let me know if you found this video useful. Come back next week to see what we did next after concluding on some of these things. Yeah, it will give you an idea of what project managing a project like this entails. Okay, all right, thank you guys. See you in the next video. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.